Hi everyone, happy Wednesday, right? Okay. So today I'll be doing a chatty get ready with me, just because I don't have a lot of time, but everybody's gone from the house, so I'm able to talk without having to wake anybody up, which is usually the case and why I always do my videos like hyperlapse and without talking, because everybody is usually asleep. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. Or first, actually I should say, use my sunscreen. I always use this Unseen Sunscreen by Supergoop. It is absolutely invisible and it absorbs into the skin really fast. So I always apply this before I go in with like my actual primer. And I can use this as the primer by itself, but sometimes I like just a little extra priming, like right in my T-zone where my pores are larger, or if I need more help with like mattifying the skin, which is why I use the Fenty Pro Mattifying primer. So I just use a little bit of this just right in the T-zone. And I've really been liking her primers. I have this mattifying one and then the original Pro Filter primer, the one that's pink. That one does more of a like pore filling and smoothing, and this one's really just like mattifying, but I really like it. For foundation, luckily my skin has been doing okay these days. I really have a feeling that my Rare Beauty foundation was breaking me out here and there, so I stopped using it and my skin has been fairly clear for now. So I'm going to use this Chantecaille, what is this? The Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation in the shade Cream. Oops, I put a little bit too much. So this is like a lighter coverage foundation. And it's not like overly dewy or anything. And it's nice because I have combo skin, so sometimes I can't do too much dew because I'll get super oily. But I don't like completely matte foundations either. And this is the Sephora Pro foundation brush. I think this is a number 56. Yeah, 56. It's just in like a limited edition handle, but it is part of their permanent brush collection. And they've totally like redone all their brushes. Like now they're all black handles. I like their brushes, but they are a little pricey. So just a little bit more. Do you have a blemish right here? So as you can see, it's pretty light coverage. But it's not completely like flat. It has a, I'd say like a good satin finish to it, which is my favorite kind of finish. So let's see, for concealer, let's see, what do I have? I'll use the Pat McGrath Sublime Skin Fitter Sublime in number LM13. I really like this concealer too. It is pretty full coverage, but it is hydrating and it has also like a radiant finish to it. So if you have dry under eyes, this is a really nice concealer. And then for this brush that I use all the time, which I absolutely love because it's slanted, this is also a Sephora brush. It's the number 47. And it's also with the limited edition handle. I got this years ago, probably like 4 years ago, I want to say. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So they are great quality brushes, the ones from Sephora. So I'm actually just gonna lightly set my under eyes this time. I've been loving baking, but I am just going to set my under eyes and that's it. So let me see. So I'm going to use just my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade 2 Medium. And then this is the Sonia G Designer Pro Brush, I believe. Just gonna tap that on there a little bit. So is everyone excited for the Charlotte Tilbury holiday collection coming out? I know she's already had, you know, her palette come out and then the highlighter came out, but it looks like she has a whole bunch of other stuff coming out too. I am definitely excited for the Pat McGrath launch happening on Friday. I just can't decide what I want. I know for sure I'm getting the highlighter though. For bronzer, go ahead and use the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. This is in the Fair Medium shade. This bronzer is a little light for me, so I have to build it up. But I am starting to get a little bit more fair, I guess you would say, since it's starting, well, kind of starting to cool down. And by starting, I mean it's like, oh, it's in the low 90s now rather than in the 100 degrees. So there's that. So for my let me see, should I use my Natasha Denona palette or the Charlotte Tilbury? You know what should I do? I haven't used all of the shades in the Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize palette yet, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the Happy Glow Trio. I haven't really used that yet. Or I've only used this matte shade. So I already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Eden primer. That's why it's like all like light on there. I need to buy another eye primer. So this is just the matte shade from the Happy Glow Trio. Just gonna put that all over the crease and over the eyelid. Just kind of throwing that on there. And these shadows are so soft and blendable and pigmented. So I like to go in with a light hand. And I've already used the brighter shades in here, the purple and the like the reddish shade, and they are not overly they're not as intimidating as I thought they would be. Like, they are actually really wearable. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm gonna get the first shade up here and put that in the crease as well, just to give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, and then all over the lid, I'm going to use this shade right here. Ooh, that is pretty. very much pigmented. Super pretty. Now the other eye. And this is the Sonia G Worker 1 brush. So what other collections are you guys excited about? I'm excited about the Makeup by Mario collection coming out at Sephora next week. I definitely want to check out a couple things. I have my eyes on the eyeshadow palettes and his highlighter. And that like eye prep little like trio thing, it's interesting. Okay, so I was gonna say that about does it for the eyes. Trying to decide. I'll just use my highlighter for my brow bone because the other two highlighter like shades in here, this one is like more pinky and this one's a little bit more like rosy, and I want something more like champagne on the brow bone. So for blush, let me see, I'm still using my ColourPop blushes that I bought. So let's try this shade, Tearing Up My Heart. Where is my brush? There it is. And then I always, if you've noticed, use my Sonia G soft cheek brush. This is like seriously a holy grail brush. I can't seem to pick up any other blush brush. I just love how this picks up like the right amount of product and it diffuses it. Like even if you have like a really pigmented blush, this will not pack on too much at once. Like you can really build up your blush. I would highly recommend this brush if you're in the market for a blush brush. So this is pretty. I don't think I've used this one yet before. This blush, it's pretty. It's like a soft peach. Okay. Before I do highlighter, go ahead and finish up my brows. I always use my Morphe micro brow pencil in the shade. What shade is this? Latte. And these are $5. You can get it at Ulta or the Morphe stores. I mean, for $5, you can't beat it. And I like it because it's not too waxy and it stays put like all day. And I go through brow pencils like water, so I don't typically like to spend a lot of money on brow pencils because I just use them up so quickly. So I actually did have brow powder on already. It's also the Anastasia Beverly Hills, this one. This is in ash brown. I've had it for years. So I don't know about you guys, but this brow always gives me the hardest time. It's so annoying. But it's just gonna have to stay that way because I don't have time to mess with it. Okay, so for highlighter, let's see. I don't have any new-ish highlighters. That's why I guess I'm itching to get a new one. All right, let's go ahead and go on with the MAC Cosmetics. This came out last year, the Star Dipped Face Compact. This is in medium deep. I'm just gonna use this gold shade right here. And how do you guys feel about the MAC holiday collection coming out? Whoa, that's blinding. I'm a little interested in the like trio of extra dimension powders that are coming out. I think they're just highlighters, I'm not sure. It's really pretty. But that's about it, I think. I used to want like every holiday collection that they came out with, or every limited edition collection they came out with, but I've like stopped myself, especially because I see myself not using it as much. And since I've recently been like decluttering things, I've been putting that aside so I could do like back to MAC with it. So I'm like, why did I even get this if I'm not using it? I like to collect certain things, but I've slowed down a lot when it comes to MAC. Okay, so lastly, let's see, let me use something else. I haven't used this in a long time. Smashbox Primer Water. I used to use this all the time, and it's a good all-around setting spray. You can use this before your makeup, after, during. It's really refreshing. Just doing this to kind of press all of the powder into the skin. And then lastly, we need lips. So I'm just gonna keep it simple because, like I said, I'm running out of time. So I think I'm gonna go in with this Tower 28, the Milky Jelly gloss in the shade Coconut. And if you haven't tried this gloss formula yet, I highly recommend that you do. It's full of oils, so once it starts to wear off, your lips still feel really, really hydrated and moisturized. Okay, so that about does it. I am out the door. This is what the finished look looks like. Just something super simple. The Charlotte Tilbury palette is so good. I definitely recommend that once it comes back in stock, you guys pick it up because it is totally worth it. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.